go in Hamilton. Messier getting it over to Howard Chuck. Now back to Rochefort to Crossman. Ahead on right wing to Glenn Anderson, who fires it in. Fetisov back to get it. That's Howard Chuck into Forchuk, but Kasatonov clears it out to Krutov, number 9. He just tipped it to center. Shot back in by Crossman, and Fetisov is there. To Krutov, back over for Fetisov. Spins from Howard Chuck, gets it to Makarov, to Larionov, centered, big save, Pure, early here on that great try by the Soviets. Back is Howard Chuck to Messier, cutting in. Messier centered, Rochefort scores! Rochefort!
Rochefort ever scored a bigger goal. What a play as he came in. Watch number 5. He'll move in. He'll be the extra man in the zone. They were not ready for him.
43 seconds, the time of the goal. 1-0 Canada, and that's what Canada was hoping for. A good start. Here's Kamensky. Tied up by Goulet. Held in by Murphy with a shot wide. Over on the other side, Gusarov. But it's held in by Canada, and Bekov, number 27, tries to fire it out of there and does. And Paul Coffey has to go back for Canada. Coffey giving it to Larry Murphy. Murphy playing it off the boards into center ice. Sutter had a break but couldn't control the pass. Stelnov feeding Homatop, number 15. Homatop moving in. Shoots one up high as it hit a stick. Bekov in front. Homatop scores! On the rebound, Andre Homatop, number 15, ties it up.
We're going to have to look at this one again to see exactly what happened to Grant Fuhr on this. The shot deflected up high as he took a second whack. It deflected. Now Fuhr got bumped, so he was slow getting in. He got all turned around worrying about Yemchinov, and the puck just bounced out in front. So Fuhr wasn't paying attention. He elected to go after the guy who was in front, got an arm on it, but simply could not keep it out. But the contact in the goal mouth is what paved the way for that goal.
So Homatop ties it up, and Canada's early lead is down the drain. Here's Perbukin trying to clear it. Doug Gilmour holding it in. Gilmour for Canada, right in. Gets it in front. Mario Lemieux shooting. Gilmour a whack at it, and play is called. Leyrula was hit by a high stick. Well, we get a penalty on that last play, and the goalmouth scrambled to Doug Gilmour for high sticking. Canada shorthanded, clearing it down the ice. Fetisov, number 2, is back to get it. He and Kasatonov, the point men, with Krutov, Makarov, and Larionov up front, and here's Krutov. Around to Makarov. In behind, Krutov trying to center. Krutov. Checked by Bork. Krutov trying to get it to Makarov. Makarov plays it off the boards to Larionov. Back to Kasatonov. Over to Fetisov. In on the other side to Krutov. To Makarov. Back to Fetisov. To Kasatonov to Fetisov. Soviets with the man advantage. Fetisov cutting in. Still controlling it. Number 2, Fetisov. Side of the net to Krutov. Tried to center, hit the back of the net. And that gives the Team Canada defenseman Bork a chance to get it and clear it out. Canada change on the fly. 50 seconds left in the penalty. Kasatonov. Number 7. Headmanning it to Makarov, but off his stick and cleared away by Rochefort for Canada. And Fetisov has to go back. That's prop in forechecking. Now Homatop, number 15, who scored the goal. Starts out for the Soviets. Homatop couldn't go in because Bekov had been pushed in offside on the play. So he circled back. Here's Homatop feeding one ahead, intercepted by Hartsburg and cleared down the ice. 15 seconds left in the penalty. Good penalty killing here by Team Canada. Lead pass out to Kamensky, number 13. Kamensky to Bekov, number 27 to Homatop. Gretzky intercepts. Back comes Gretzky. Gilmour back out of the penalty box. Canada carrying in. Rochefort to Gilmour. Gretzky scores! Doug Gilmour! And Canada leads 2-1.
rush for with a goal and an assist, both times moving in from the point.
So Canada takes the lead again. Here come the Soviets right back, firing it in. Coffey back for Canada, trying to clear it out of there. Fedotov with a drive. Fiore a save. Murphy can't clear the rebound. Now gets another chance in Canada with Lemieux to center ice. Here's Bit Mario trying to go around Fedotov. Bellow shaken, trying to clear it. Goulet on the boards. Couldn't hold it in, but drops it back to center where Coffey feeds Murphy. Murphy flips it in. Bellow shaken, played that carefully. Now Gretzky or Lemieux into forecheck. Here's Murphy at the point. Puck knocked down by Murphy. Cleared in. It hit Fedotov. Fedotov, number 14, firing it out. And Murphy has to go back. Murphy over in his own zone for Coffey. Back to Murphy again. Out for Anderson. They get it to Coffey at center. Paul Coffey trying to move in. Coffey flipped it in front. Bellow shaken, clears it. Into the corner, it's Prop. Prop centered. Lemieux in front to Anderson. Anderson checked by Semyonov. Centered. Will get a penalty to Semyonov for hooking, and Canada will have a power play. Messier, Lemieux, and Gretzky up front. Coffey and Bourque the point men. Messier gets the face-off to Coffey. To Gretzky. Back to Coffey. Over to the other side. Bourque feeding into Gretzky. Gretzky trying to make a play into Messier. Messier fired it in front. Bourque had moved in but missed it, and Makarov breaks out with Krutov. Messier trying to get back and does, and Makarov's shot blocked by Coffey. Messier came back from nowhere to help out and cover the other man on that 2-on-1 break. It's shot in now by Canada.
Not only that, he caught up with a very fast man in Krutov.
Here's Gretzky. Centered. Messier, the deflection just wide. Fetisov tries to get it out. Bourque held it in. Into Messier. Into the corner. Canada with Lemieux. Back to Bourque. Shooting, and that's off a stick and high. Here's Gretzky. Kicks it into the corner. Gretzky still after it. Cleared. Held in by Coffey. Coffey shot. Loose in front. Bellow shaken. Dove out and grabbed it before Gretzky could get a stick on it. Now Howard, Chuck, Goulet, and Anderson up front. Murphy, a point man along with Hartsburg. Canada from the face-off. Goulet. Bumped by Stelnov, number 4. Howard Chuck in to help out. Center to Murphy. Shoots one. Bellow shaken. A glove save. And he held on to it. 2-1. Team Canada leading. Howard Chuck gets the draw to Murphy. A drive. And that went off Howard Chuck into the corner. Now Anderson for Team Canada. Centers it. Comes to Murphy. He couldn't hold it in as Beckhoff was able to clear it out of there. And back goes Craig Hartsburg, number 4. Off the boards to Murphy. Back to Hartsburg. Hartsburg into center ice. Anderson couldn't catch up with it. Stelnov takes a bump. Goulet trying to get it free to Anderson. Moving in to Hartsburg. Hartsburg got it into the corner, but Gusarov comes up with it, trying to clear it. Murphy held it in. Shot right on. Bellow shaken. Just got a hand up. Now Canada's Howard Chuck off the side of the net with that drive. Soviets, by the way, are back at full strength. Here's Goulet to Anderson. Wayne Anderson out in front, backhander, Bellow shaken, Goulet a shot, and then the net is knocked loose. And we get a stoppage in play.
Well, Mike Keenan warned us before the game that Mario Lemieux could be seeing some action as a right winger. They have hardly anybody that's a regular right winger on the team. No regular right winger, as a matter of fact. So there he is on the right wing with Wayne Gretzky.
And Prop on the other side. Here are the Soviets. In Chinop, number 12, upended by Murphy, cuts in anyway. Tried to center, and Coffey slid across to break it up. Now, the Soviets, with Bryakin is checked on the play, and Canada able to clear it out. Here's Gretzky to Coffey. Coffey shoots one. In behind, Bellow shaken, reaches back and grabbed it. They pour it across the red line. And Bellow shaken looks rather shaky here in the opening period.
Big shot by Coffey.
We're going to get some penalties on the last play as well. High sticking to Mario Lemieux and Mchina. Here's Canada's Messier trying to center, knocked down, and the Soviets, Makarov starting back. Makarov, number 24, one of their very best. Taken out of the play by Crossfit and Messier for Canada. Messier had nowhere to go, just flipped it in. Stelnov. Leaving it for Larionov. Back to Stelnov. Over to number 3, Gusarov. Back to Stelnov. To Gusarov. Ahead to Makarov. Has Larionov with him. But Crossman broke it up. Now center, they try to get it to the late man, Stelnov, but Stelnov taken out by Bork. And it's Anderson clearing it. Stelnov held it in. Shoots, big kick save by Pure. Just got his left leg up. Canada starting back. Messier to center. That's as far as he got. And Makarov drops it back. And now we're going to get a penalty on the play against Canada and against Messier. Soviets with a 4-against-3 power play here. They are 0 for 1 on the man advantage situation tonight. Doug Gilmour, Canada's only forward. Rochefort and Crossman on defense. Here's Bekov getting it. And the Soviets drop it into their own zone. Kasatonov in to get it. Gilmour in to try and tie him up. Couldn't, and Homatov breaks out. Homatov, number 15. Homatov stops at a dime. Centers to Bekov. Back to Kasatonov. Kasatonov over to Fetisov into the side of the net. And Rochefort breaks it up and is able to clear it to the line, but held in. Bekov, number 27. Leaving it there for Kasatonov. To Fetisov. Return to Kasatonov. Fetisov shoots one. That hits someone in front of the net and bounced wide. And then Doug Gilmour comes up with it for Canada. Gilmour, number 28, trying to stick handle in. Kasatonov tied him up. And back comes Bekov. Bekov in for the Soviets, leaving it for Semyonov. They drop it back to Kasatonov. Shoots, hit the post. Big rebound. Kasatonov stopped by Pure. Canada can't clear it. Now, two of the penalized players back on. Fetisov, a shot deflected. And then poked away by Rochefort. Fetisov holding it in to Semyonov. Shooting, and Pure, a stick save there. Here's Nemchinov. Back to Fetisov. A drive. That deflects wide. Bekov. Soviets on a power play. 35 seconds left in Messier's penalty. Bekov to Semyonov. He scores! No goal, says the referee. No goal. I think a man in the crease. Oh, my goodness. Yellow Shaken must have thought he stood alone. Down at the other end, Pure made 5 big saves, all in a sequence. The goal was waved off by referee Paul Stewart. Watch the people in front of the net. And finally, it was backhanded past Grant Pure, and the referee calling it immediately. He's also giving out penalties to Crossman and then Nemchinov on the play.
Here's the play. Watch the traffic. Well, now you see, the rule is if you're pushed into the crease, and I think he was the Soviet player, then, you know, that's rub of the green and the goal would stand.
Well, I think he had called the penalty before the puck was in the net, and that may be. Still a power play for the Soviets, 4 against 3. Messier still with 20 seconds left in his penalty. Here's Fetisov. Into Krutov. Over to Gusarov. Back at the point. Fetisov trying to center. This Krutov with it. And Gretzky comes back. Has Bork with him. Gretzky just dumping it in. Fetisov back to get it. Messier's back on. Each team a man short. Here's Krutov. Leaving it for Makarov. To Krutov. Centers it in front. Shot just wide of the net. As the point man had moved up Gusarov, and he was wide open, but missed the net. Each team a man short now as Bork intercepts one. Into Messier. Messier centered to Gretzky. He's upended in the slot. And Gusarov starting back to Makarov. Makarov to Gusarov. Centers. Krutov trying to center it. Both wide. Here's Makarov. Tied up by Hartsburg, and Gretzky back to get the puck. Gretzky to Gartner. Gartner moving right in. Gartner in front to Gretzky. Gets it to Coffey. Right-handed shot. He scores! Paul Coffey!
Here comes the pass. Now, Gretzky wasn't ready for it. Got it and quickly unloaded. right onto the stick of Coffey.
Now Semyonov. Semyonov moving in, shoots one. Good block there at the defense by Hartsburg. Back come Canada. Gardner with Gretzky. To Gretzky. Gretzky is tied up by Fetisov. Now there's a drive and a save by Bello, shaken on prop. Semyonov starting back. Leaving it for Semak. Back to Semyonov. Round on the boards to Lomakin. Lomakin into Semak, number 18. Semak out in front, and we're going to get a charging penalty to Mike Gardner. Soviets on a power play, 0 for 2 in this game tonight with the man advantage. Here's Fetisov flipping it through. Messier breaks it up, and it's fired out of there by Doug Crossman. Fetisov back to get it. Let's Kasatonov play it. Kasatonov with 5 seconds left in the period to Krutov. Krutov moves in, and the first period comes to a conclusion. A good one for Canada. I think without any question their best of this Canada Cup. Here's a key part of this game. Soviets on a power play for another minute and 30 seconds. They have their green unit out there. Larionov, Makarov, and Krutov up front with Fetisov and Kasatonov on defense. Immediately cleared down the ice. Canada with Messier and Gilmore to kill it off. Crossman and Rochefort on defense. Here's Krutov. Rochefort failed. Soviets, Makarov trying to drop it back. Intercepted by Gilmore to Messier. Messier to Crossman into center ice to Doug Gilmore. Gilmore moving in. Gilmore trying to get away from Kasatonov. And now Fetisov comes up with it, and here come the Soviets. Here's Larionov. Poke check nicely by Rochefort, cleared by Crossman. Kasatonov back to get it. Canada changing on the fly. Kasatonov to Krutov. Broken up by Messier and cleared out into the center ice area. Larionov. 40 seconds left. Another good defensive play by Canada. Messier trying to clear it in, but Soviets still with 10 seconds left in Canada's penalty. Bekov moving in. Sutter breaks it up. Hartsburg trying to clear it. Gets it to Brent Sutter. Sutter couldn't chip it out. Now held in by Homatov. Homatov centers in front. A shot. Pure, a big save on Kamensky, who was in alone. And now the penalized player Gardner back on. What a save by Pure. Puck cleared down by the Soviets. Hartsburg back to get it against Homatov. Hartsburg holding him off, and Goulet tries to clear it. But Dotop at the point. His shot blocked. Back off a drive. And that's wide, and Gretzky has it for Canada. To Craig Hartsburg. Hartsburg moving in, leaves it for Gretzky. Gretzky back in front. Hartsburg just missed with the tip in. Now Sutter in the corner. And the Soviets try and fire it out of there. Hit a skate. And Gusarov then does get it into center ice. Lomakin moving in. Shot. Pure the save. Big rebound, but they fan it out. And here's Gardner with Goulet and Gretzky. Gardner with a big booming shot wide of the net. And Semak, number 18. Headmans it into center ice. Here is Lomakin. Lomakin shoots. Pure glove save, and he held onto it. All right, for a face-off deep in Team Canada's end. And Coffey comes up with it. Round on the boards. Hartsburg for Team Canada. To Brian Propp, number 26. Propp leaving it for Coffey. Up the middle to Gardner, but Fetisov tied him up well, and Fetisov made a neat play and now feeds it to Lomakin. Lomakin leaving it for Semyonov. He fell down. Coffey to Gardner, who's in the clear. Off the shoulder of Bello, shaken. Gardner on a breakaway. And the Soviets dodge a bullet there. Back comes Semak. He moves into Lomakin. Number 23, Lomakin to Semyonov. Passed it off to Fetisov, who couldn't get the shot away. It's with Kumalet, number 8. Got it behind the net. Bork is there for Canada. Bouncing it off the boards. Skelno pinching in, trying to hold it. Play is called, and a holding penalty coming up against Team Canada. and against Doug Crossman from the Philadelphia Flyers.
Well, Canada getting his chances. This is Gartner all alone firing it. It may have caught the shoulder of Yellow Shaken. He's going in the top shelf.
Here are the Soviets with the man advantage. Makarov back of the net. Trying to drop it back. Kasatonov returns to Makarov. Now to Fetisov. He flips it into Krutov, and a good play by Rochefort. And Rochefort now beats Gilmore. Trying a quick pass to Messier. That's broken up. Doug Gilmore, number 28, back to Rochefort. He picks an opening and fires it down the ice. Kasatonov. Into center ice to Larionov, leaving it for Kasatonov. Flipped around. Muir missed it back of the net as it skipped on him. Now Fetisov shoots, they score! Fetisov from the point, and the Soviets click on the power play.
Deflected shot. I don't know who was out in the high slot, whether it was a Team Canada defenseman or a Soviet player. Here comes the shot. That's Kasatonov. No, that's Larionov, who's in front of the net. Here comes the shot, and that went off, I think, a Team Canada defenseman in front. Fetisov with that low shot, which is a very deflectable kind of a shot. And Fetisov is likely to get credit for it.
Fetisov does get it. 29-year-old veteran, and heralded as their best defenseman and one of the best in the world. Soviets score on the power play and have cut Canada's lead to 3-2. Fetisov from Krutov and Kasatonov. 12-11 the time. Here are the Canadians with Bourque firing it in. In is Lemieux, an open net. Beloshakin got back in there and robbed Lemieux. Beloshakin went a-wandering and almost got burned.
I think maybe Mario Lemieux will be seeing this one in his dreams. Yellow Shaken coming out from behind the net. He'd gone back there to clear the puck, and it bounced off the boards, came right to Lemieux, had a yawning net to shoot at. Yellow Shaken quickly back in. Give Lemieux credit. He was trying to bury that shot. He was really blasting it.
Here's Stelno from the faceoff, back of his own goal. Gretzky tried to steal it, but Gusarov gets it into center ice. Here's Bekov moving in, but that play offside. Homatov, number 15, in ahead of the play, offside at the Team Canada blue line. Tell me they nicknamed him the Rat in the Soviet Union.
It reminds people a little bit of Linsman. He's a very small but shifty kind of a forward, very much like Bekov for the Soviet team, but he's been in the Soviet Major League now for 7 years, played in the 81 and 84 Canada Cup, so this is his third time round here.
Here's Canada with a 1-goal lead now. Carrying is Hartsburg into Gilmore, tipped it in, but broken up and shot back out by Perbukin. Cleared back in by Canada. And now Fedotov back to get it. To Semyonov, number 30. Semyonov rips a long one. And it's handled by Fuhr. Now Hartsburg controlling for Canada. Less than 7 minutes to play in the second period. Canada can't get it out. Now they will as Gartner intercepts. Here he comes with Sutter. Gartner rips a drive. Caught by Beloshakin. And he was halfway to the blue line by the time they whistled that one down.
And Sutter had him lined up, too, with that puck in his hands.
Canada 3, the Soviets 2, 6:36 left in the second period. Nemchinov against Messier. Messier getting the draw. They drop it back, but Murphy couldn't hold it in. And Bourque has to hustle back. Over to Murphy. Out on the left wing side to Messier. He drops it back to Murphy again. Murphy loses to Nemchinov, but recovered and is able to clear it. And Fetisov has to go back for the Soviets. His clearing pass knocked down by Bryakin, but cleared away by Murphy again to Howard Chuck to Anderson. Anderson pulled down by Nemchinov, and there'll be a penalty there. Here's Bourque for Canada into the corner on the delayed penalty. Giving it to Howard Chuck, centered and tipped away by the Soviets. That stops play. And Nemchinov of the Soviets, number 12, will get a holding penalty right here.
14:04 of the period. Here it comes as trying to move in was Anderson, and he just wrestled to the ice.
And China, by the way, gets his third penalty of this game. How about this power play? But Makarov breaks away. Coffey chasing him. Here's Makarov, and Coffey headed him off. Speed against speed. Here's Makarov to Kruta. He moves and scores! Short-handed goal! And that's the Soviets' third in 3 games against Canada. And it ties it at 3-3.
Well, they got the two of them inside the zone controlling the puck, both Makarov and Kruta. Now the defenseman will start to chase a little bit. Great effort by Makarov right here. Goes right by one defenseman. Now watch the defense start to chase a little bit on Makarov, who's cheating just a little bit, and he got that angle. He spread him out a bit. And what a wrist shot that was. Right under the glove of Grant Fuhr.
Krutov getting the goal, his 7th of this tournament. A short-handed goal. And that's their 3rd short-handed goal in 3 games against Canada. Canada's still in a power play, but now it's all even at 3 apiece. Here's Hartsburg off the boards to Anderson. Into center ice to Murphy. Murphy winding it around on the boards. Goulet into the corner. Now Glenn Anderson. Anderson gets tied up. Makarov and Anderson fight for it. Hartsburg held it in to Goulet. Goulet trying to center. Here's Gusarov trying to get it up. Murphy held it in. Into the corner for Dale Howard-Chuck. Fired it in front, knocked away by Fetisov. And now Makarov trying to work it out of there. Held in by Goulet. His shot blocked. Goulet has to hustle back as Makarov is after the loose puck. And Hartsburg takes over. Hartsburg tied up Krutov on the play. Now Makarov will carry in. And Howard-Chuck has it for Canada. 38 seconds left in the penalty. Here's Dale Howard-Chuck giving it to Larry Murphy. Cross rink to Hartsburg. Hartsburg trying to center to Gretzky. Into Lemieux, they center. Goulet a whack at it. Rolls through the crease and Beckhoff has it. He's checked. Now Gretzky at the side of the net. In front, Lemieux panned on it. Here's Mario Lemieux. Into the corner for Messier. Fetisov trying to clear it. Bourque held it in. Beckhoff blocks it, and here's a 2-on-1 Soviet break. Now 3-on-1. Homatov in front to Beckhoff, tipped wide. And again, the Soviets, just at the tag end of that penalty, had a dangerous chance. Now Lemieux trying to steal it. He can't. Goulet overskates the puck, and back comes Beckhoff. Beckhoff with Homatov now leaving it there. And Bourque cleared it, and here's Gretzky with Lemieux. 2-on-1 break. Gretzky to Lemieux. Scores!
I don't know what Yellow Shaken thought, but he's got the 2 greatest forwards in the game today coming at him. What are you going to do? Not much you can do. Watch it go by. Gretzky going to his forehand, feeding it over. Lemieux.
Mario Lemieux's 8th goal of this tournament. He leads all snipers. And Canada has the lead again at 4-3.
Gretzky now with 3 points on the night.
16:32 the time of the goal. Canada right back. Sutter to Gilmore, shoots, and Beloshakin. A stick save. Gardner with the puck. Sutter tried to center. Now Semyonov able to clear it into center ice. Rossman firing it back in, and it's offside at the Soviet blue line. 4-3, Canada leading. Rochefort over to Doug Crossman, and he flips it ahead for Gardner. Bellows shaken out of the net to shoot it up on the boards. Now Sutter with help from Gilmore, but the Soviets, Lomakin, breaks out of there. Lomakin leaving it. Rochefort there to clear it, failed to get it out, now does to Gilmore with Sutter. 2-on-2 break. Gilmore to Sutter. Shoots one, Bello shaking the save. Sutter into the corner, and back up the Soviets the other way. Semak, number 18, and Lomakin shot blocked by Crossman. Centered, misses Semak, who was alone in the slot. And the Soviets are back and get it. Stelnov clearing it in. Doug Crossman there, and he flips it out and flipped it over the glass. 2:14 left in the second period.
And Team Canada leading it 4-2. A very important goal from Lemieux and Gretzky. Now there is Sutter, I think, moving right in up against the boards. And this was a lingering kind of an affair. The play went all the way up the ice. They were way behind Semyonov and Sutter. Well, finally, Lundstrom, the linesman, moved in and broke it all up. Meanwhile, the play had been down on the Team Canada end a second or two.
Well, the way these teams can skate, it was down there for quite a while. Here's Bork flipping it up. Gusarov, number 3, back to get it. Fires it around in the boards, held in by Murphy for Canada. Flipping it in front. Howardchuk couldn't knock it down. Now Gusarov trying to work it out of there. Bork came up to try and hold it in, couldn't, and Anderson has to go back for Canada. Got it out of the zone. And the Soviets with Pryakin take over. Pryakin banged into the boards by Messier. There's a puck flipped in by the Soviets, and Larry Murphy from the Washington Capitals back to get it. Over to Anderson, cross ice to Messier. Fired in, here's Anderson. In with Fetisov, knocks Fetisov down. Fetisov back up again to clear it to Makarov, and the Soviets break out. Makarov trying to get away from Gretzky, and Gretzky tied him up and puts it back in. Soviets trying to shoot it out of there. Held in by Goulet. Demario Lemieux misses him, and Gusarov feeds Makarov to Larionov. We're in the final minute of the second period. Here's Krutov moving in, dropped it, and Gretzky back checking, breaks it up, and here he comes the other way. Gretzky, stick handling in, Makarov intercepts. And the Soviets come right back. Krutov trying to go around Hartsburg. Poppy is there to cover up and try and flip it out. Soviets hold it in. Makarov back to Larionov, into Kasatonov. Kasatonov back of the net. Coffey ties him up, and Coffey comes up with the puck and feeds Gretzky to Lemieux. Now to Goulet, 3-on-2 break for Canada, leaving for Gretzky. Into Lemieux, or into Goulet, backhander, turned aside by Bello shaken. And Fetisov has it with 12 seconds left. Held in by Gretzky to Lemieux. He dropped it back. Goulet was going for the bench. Now Gretzky cuts in, leaves it. Gilmore shot off a stick over the glass. 1 second left. And Gretzky just about gave Gilmore a great scoring chance. He did, but somebody got a stick in the way.
What a great shift that line had.
And what a great shift that number 99 had.
This is a terrific play, of course, as Gretzky stole the puck right at the line. Just lifted a stick, pulled it away, now chips it free, and he's alone. A bouncing puck to deal with, which allowed Fetisov to get set, so he set up Gilmore, who had his shot deflect over top of the net. But Gretzky and Lemieux and company, that last shift they had, what a way to finish a period.
Just 1 second left. Gretzky with 3 assists tonight. And it's some people have been able to finish off some other plays. He might have 5. Just time for the drop of the puck here between Lemieux and Beckhoff. 1 second left in the second period.
Look at him line up in front there. It's like a conga line. They pulled the goaltender too.
Yeah, Canada was 6 men up there with just the 1 second left.
You like to hope it'll be almost 2 seconds. It shows 1 on the clock, but it can be, 1 4/5.
Lemieux tried to scoop it. It was blocked by Beckhoff, and the second period comes to an end. Canada outshooting the Soviets in that period, 12-9. In the game, 29 shots for Canada, 22 for the Soviets, and a 1-goal lead for Canada with 20 minutes left. Here we go at the third period. Pятая to Makarov. He fires it. Comes to Krutov. Number 9. He moves in. Centers. Makarov was there, but Rochefort slid out and made a good play. And then Crossman chips it into center ice to Howard-Chuck to Messier. He flies in on left wing. Messier for Canada. Leaving it for Anderson. Shoots. Hello, shaking a save. And Pятая knocked the puck down with a hand pass where they really closed his hand on it, and they whistled the play down.
Gloved it and held it and turned and went behind the net, and that's again, look at the wrap that Messier takes behind the net, and still he carried on into the corner. Will make the play to his teammate Anderson. Anderson got the room. A little pick was run in there, a quick shot.
Pятая chases back to get it for the Soviets. That's Anderson in forechecking. Howard-Chuck knocks it back in for Canada. Kasatonov takes Howard-Chuck out. Pятая cleared it. Knocked down by Messier, but he couldn't control it. Now Anderson holding it in. Shot wide. Howard-Chuck into the corner. Kasatonov. Big, strong Soviet defenseman, and the Soviets break out of there. Here's Krutov. Crossman skating him off. Knocked back of the goal, and Rochefort is there for Canada. Rochefort got it to the line, but not out. Now they do clear it out, and here's Gusarov, leaving it for Pятая to Krutov. Krutov stick handling beautifully. Still has it. In front. Oh, and Bekoff's shot was blocked, and here's Gretzky quickly to Prop. Prop tried to get it back, but Gusarov knocked it down. Now a lead pass to Gretzky. Stelnov is there for the Soviets. To Kaminsky. Number 13, Kaminsky. Into center ice to Homatov. Homatov moving in. To Bekoff, backhand, he scores! Bekoff ties this game at 4-4.
Great backhand shot. Always the most difficult shot for a goaltender to handle because of the angle it comes off the stick. Here comes the shot, and nothing Fuhr could really do. Nice play in front, and here's the backhand. And he picked the short side on it. Terrific backhand shot. Pretty good effort there as the puck is cleared to the wing. And we've got a tie hockey game.
On the top will get an assist.
Assisted by number 15.
Now Canada with Mario Lemieux in control. He's up there with Gilmore and Gartner. They dump it in. The no-top there to clear it back out. And Canada has to chase back. Here's Raymond Bourque. Bourque passing to Lemieux. He gets tied up. Murphy trailing on the play, moving it to Mario Lemieux. Lemieux cutting in. Got it in front. Now Gilmore into the corner. Number 28, Gilmore for Canada. Back of the net to Lemieux. Shoots! Hello, shaking the save. Gartner couldn't get the rebound shot away. And the Soviets clear it with Bourque back to get it to Lemieux. Over to Gilmore. Semyonov intercepts that. Now cleared back in, and Gilmore was trapped in there offside in the play.
Soviet Union out shooting Canada 4-1 at this stage of the third period.
Another factor in this game, Ron. Soviets have used 4 lines. Canada with just 10 forwards, really using just 3 lines with an extra player. And that could be a factor as this third period rolls along. Puck cleared to center by the Soviets. Coffey has it there. Canada 4, the Soviets 4. Flipped into center ice and dumped in by Brian Prop. Now Perbukin trying to clear it. Coffey held it in. Centers to Gartner. Gartner's shot. That went high and wide. Now centered. Prop a whack at it. Cleared by the Soviets. Here is Crossman. Back of the net. Drop back. Here's Gartner. Feigned on it, and Semak has a break. Coffey trying to get back. Semak shoots. Shot it wide on the short side. Oh, a dangerous break there. Soviets continue to put pressure on. Now Semak gives it to Lomakin. Lomakin with the puck. Getting it in front to Semyonov. Shoots. Fuhr the save. They score, but a high stick, no goal. Here's the line of Gretzky, Lemieux, and Prop for Canada. Gretzky to Lemieux. Back to Crossman at the point. Behind the net to Gretzky. Gretzky centered. Prop. Shoot shot wide. Penalty coming up to Gusarov for the Soviets. And Canada will get a power play right here.
So Gusarov for hooking at 9:52. Canada 0-2, 0 for 2 in the power play department in this game. They desperately need one now.
And they gave up a shorthanded goal to the Soviets earlier. They're third in as many games, so that's a factor because of how dangerous these Soviets are, even when they're shorthanded. Here's Mario Lemieux, back to Bourque, shot deflects, comes to Gretzky. Gretzky to Bourque, side of the net to Lemieux. Back to Bourque again, over to Coffey, Coffey to Lemieux. Back to Bourque to Coffey. Shoots, Bellows shaking the save, rebound, they score! Mario Lemieux!
Oh, they moved it around. That's Coffey's shot. The rebound, Gretzky, Lemieux. Boy, this has been a story all night long, these two guys. That's Lemieux's 7th shot on goal. His 2nd goal of the night. Oh, nothing Belosheikin could do. He tried to handle the 1 rebound.
And it will be Gretzky's 4th assist of this game.
That's right.
Power play goal, 5-4 Canada. Mario Lemieux, 2nd of the night, is 9th of this series. Still 9:46 left in regulation time.
Now it's hang on time.
Here we go. Canada with the lead again. Near the Soviet line, cleared up, and here's Kamensky poking it in. Rochefort there to fire it back out. And it's taken by Perbukin, number 5, to Beckhoff. Rochefort checks him, and Messier for Canada. Gives it to Glenn Anderson. Anderson having difficulty. Rochefort there to cover up. And here's Rochefort stick handling up ice. Into the Soviet zone for Rochefort. Back of the net for Dotov. Quickly clearing it out. And it's taken by Howard-Chuck. Back to Crossman. To Dale Howard-Chuck. He gets tied up at the line. Howard-Chuck continues to battle, but now Beckhoff to Homatov. Here's Homatov, number 15. Shot blocked at the defense and then kicked out by Bourque. Held in, another shot blocked by Bourque. And Bourque clears it to Anderson. Anderson firing it in. Brent Sutter in to get it. Belosheikin clearing it around. Beckhoff there. Sutter in to hammer him. Here's Stelno. Over in the other corner to Gusarov. Fires it out into center ice. Murphy for Canada. Beckhoff takes over for the Soviets. Pass goes into center ice, and Bourque fires it back in. Here's Gusarov. Long lead pass. Misses everyone. Goes the length of the ice. Bourque back to touch it. Icing against the Soviets. 8:11 left in regulation time. 5-4 in favor of Canada.
Well, the thing you got to like about what's happening right now on the ice is Canada is trying to hem them in their own zone. Difficult to score from there. Some great forechecking. Sutter in the middle of all of that. And Mike Keenan. This crowd, if there's anything going to give them the extra adrenaline they might need, because I'll tell you, it is a tired Team Canada right now. This crowd may be that little extra spur. They are really on it. The last goal, Mario Lemieux from Gretzky and Coffey at 10:14 on the power play, their first of the game, in which they've been successful.
Here are the Soviets with Semyonov, number 30, moves in. Shot blocked by Crossman, couldn't clear it. Now Semak back of the net, Gretzky there to check him. And Prop beats Lemieux. One-on-one against Pятая. Here's Big Mario. Trying to move in, gets tied up, looking to pass it, does. Prop right in. Shoots. Belosheikin the save. Another shot, and Belosheikin stopped that. Good chances there for Canada. Here's Crossman back in his own zone. Over to Coffey, back to Doug Crossman. And he flips it in. Fetisov back for the Soviets. Over for Perbukin. Out to Bekov, Coffey intercepting. Coffey to Murphy. Murphy off the board, shot into the Soviet zone. Fetisov back to try and clear it. Now Glenn Anderson bumping in there. Anderson trying to come up with the puck, does to Murphy. Big shot, it's blocked, and the Soviets break out, but Bork comes up aggressively to knock it back in. Here's Perbukin. Ahead for Pumalet, number 8. Less than 7 minutes to play. Long shot. And it's cleared by Pure to Anderson. Going back is Bork. Out to Goulet, who's able to take the man out of the play and let the puck get out of there. And the Soviets, Fedotov, clearing it. Here's Gilmore for Canada. He just flips it up near the Soviet line. Perbukin cleared it. Gilmore intercepts. Drops it back to Murphy. Murphy firing it in. Digging in is Mike Gartner. Gartner to Sutter. Sutter back to Gartner. Back of the net. Into the other corner. Gilmore against Fedotov. Gilmore holding it in. Gilmore trying to get loose. Fedotov took him out. And Makarov has it for the Soviets. 6:10 left in regulation time. Good play by Gilmore to break up a Makarov rush. Cleared back in. Now Larionov feeding it across. Shot into center ice. Here's Makarov for the Soviets. To Krutov to Makarov. Chipped away at the defense. And Canada come back. Gardner trying to break out of there. 5:46 left in regulation time. Rochefort for Canada. Canada with a 5-4 lead. They dump it in. Stelno back to get it. Howardchuk into forecheck. Howardchuk against Stelno. Now Stelno but the other side, and Gretzky's on top of him. Lemieux coming up with a to Gretzky. Gretzky shoots wide with a big slap shot. And the Soviets take over and start to move out. Stelno into center ice to Homatov. Homatov checked in the play. And Canada, Howardchuk cleared it. Now it comes back to the blue line. And Bork for Canada fires it to center. Here's Gretzky. 5 minutes left. Gretzky with Lemieux. Pass to Lemieux. Over top of the net this time as the puck went on in. Now Mario Lemieux in the corner to Gretzky. Bekov intercepting. And the Soviets clear it out. 4:45 left in regulation time. What action here in Hamilton.
Oh, this is just wonderful.
5-4, Canada leading. Kamensky for the Soviets. Leaving it for Lomakin. Good play by Messier to break it up. And Canada come back with a lead pass to Kroc. To Anderson, shoots. Stick save, Bellow shaken. Round on the boards for Messier. He couldn't get it. And Homatov beats Bekov. Now to Lomakin, back to Bekov. 4:15 left in regulation time. Soviets. Samak shoots one. Saved by Pure on the short side. And Brian Prompt for Canada cleared at the center. Kasatonov has it there. Clearing one. Here's Semyonov moves in, shoots. Pure the save, rebound. Crossman just tipped that away. And then Canada clear at the center. Makarov for the pass. Coffey breaks it up. 3-on-2, Canada break. Coffey moving in. Tried to center, but it was offside at the Soviet line.
Look at this. Here's Gretzky. Lemieux chipped it over top of the net. How about this one from the other end? Pure. One of the few chances the Soviets got. I'll tell you, you won't find a better period of hockey to see a team protect a lead. Canada almost perfect when it comes to the defense right now.
Here's a loose puck with Mike Gartner trying to break in. Pryakin checks in. And Pryakin fires it in for the Soviets. Pure back of the net. Fires it up high on the glass. And Canada able to carry out with Larry Murphy. 3:25 left in regulation time. There's Gartner in to try and get it. Soviets break out. It's Pryakin. 2 men back for Canada. Pryakin trying to move in. Murphy stares into the corner. Centered. Nobody could get a stick on it. Stelno back of the net. And it's taken by Gilmore for Canada. Out to Brent Sutter. Back to Doug Gilmore. Gilmore flipping it in, and the play is offside. Sutter jumped the gun on the right side at the Soviet line. 3 minutes left in regulation time.
Well, it's almost as you look at Brent Sutter head for the bench. These are the guys, of course, the Sutters and so on, that are charged with trying to keep the Soviets off the board the rest of the way. We have now watched a full game and an overtime and almost a full game here. And what has been decided? These two teams are so close.
Here's Krutov shooting it in for the Soviets. Ryan Propp there to fire it back out. And the Soviets, Larionov will go back, and this is going to be icing against Canada. 2:46 remaining, and the Soviets with a key face-off coming up in Team Canada's end of the rink.
Well, we'll see who takes the draw down in the Team Canada end. They've got the Larionov line out there. I want to bet that Gretzky comes out.
Well, I'd say Messier. He hops out there against Larionov.
That's right, yeah. Now this will be a very big face-off with 2:46 remaining. The one thing that Canada did, the crowd got going and Canada got going after they got the goal. It was almost like a shot of adrenaline because the team that was dead tired suddenly really picked it up and took it to the Soviets in their own end, and that was the key to it. And at this stage,
Canada's Messier does the job, wins the faceoff, and Crossman trying to get it out of there, tipped it on the boards, comes back to Doug Crossman. Now fired by Messier to center ice. Here's Makarov. Bork breaks him up. Or that rush up at the blue line, and here's Howardchuk flipping it into the Soviet zone. Fetisov back to get it. Makarov into center ice, over to Krutov. Krutov diving check by Howardchuk. And then Murphy comes up with it. Couldn't clear it out, but it is carried out now to center. And here's Howardchuk. He couldn't control it. Now Anderson trailing, intercepting one. Anderson centers, knocked away, and the Soviets clear it to Krutov. 2 minutes left in regulation time. Homatov spun around by Howardchuk. Canada coming back with Messier, firing it in. Here's Gilmore shooting off the blocker. Bellow shaken, and now Lemieux in there to try and steal it. Here's Gilmore charging in. Soviets break out. Bekov, but Gretzky is there to back check. Here's Fedotov trying to carry in. And Murphy stands his ground, and then the play is offside at the Team Canada line. 1:32 left in regulation time.
Larry Murphy, they're all in defense playing well right now, but two patterns have followed the last couple of nights, and one of them is the defense tightens up, but the other has been some terrific play in the third period.